Hi there, very good morning to you. Now, it's hard to believe, isn't it, when you have a look at Sir Cliff Richard. He's been in the show business for 50 years.
No, he's fit and well. All of them are, actually. Cliff and his band, The Shadows, we're talking about, back on tour for the first time in 20 years, and releasing a new single and album this week.
Now, John Stapleton went to meet them in Killarney. Is that right? In Ireland?
That'll be right. Here they all are.
Come on, everybody!
Cliff, here you are in beautiful Killarney, about to start a mammoth tour. You've been rehearsing for a few days. How's it going?
It's going brilliantly, actually. I wasn't really worried about it because, you know, we've been around a long time. These guys wrote most of the stuff, so they kind of know it. And I've been singing it since the day I was born. So I felt fairly confident, and quite rightly, it's turned out as I expected. It's been not easy, but it's been good.
But I think I'm right in saying you haven't played together for at least 20 years. Aren't you a little bit nervous about the prospect?
Played together 20 years ago at Wembley.
Yeah.
Wembley Stadium, the event.
Your event? But touring?
No, we haven't toured together.
Right.
But we got on really well when we first started off. You know, our lives was basically touring when we started.
Yeah. I can't imagine that any of you are doing this for money, and certainly none of you have anything at all to prove. So I beg the question, I ask it of all of you really, why are you doing it?
Well, I mean, I think it's a worthy celebration. You know,
how many people have done 50 years?
Well, that's right. All we have to do is stay alive, and we'll always be 5 years ahead of the Beatles, 5 years ahead of Rolling Stones. They've all still got 5 years to go before they can celebrate their 50th. Yeah. This may be the last chance that we'll ever tour together. We probably do odd bits and bobs now.
Will it definitely be the last time?
Well, I reckon it probably will be. Do you notice the word probably crept into that? I think, listen, a tour of this size, it is a big tour. It's going to take us, what, about 4 months? Once we've done this, we can't really do any more. This is, I think, for most of us, the ultimate, the 50th anniversary reunion.
Where the air is good and the day is fine and the pretty girl has a hand in mine and the silver stream is as warm as wine.
And what about the fitness thing? I mean, let's face it, yeah, some of you are even older than me.
We've all had checks, you know, we've all had insurance. I mean, obviously insurance, you have to be insured because Hank and I will be 68, Cliff 55, Cliff 43.
When you're on the road, what are the rules of the game? I mean, don't pretend to be sort of bosom pals who see each other every 2 minutes. So when you're on the road, what actually happens?
I don't know whether it's true for everybody. You have to become a unit. And we've all got to get on well. It's one of those things that has to happen. And fortunately, we've always got on well.
I gather you've sold something like 250,000 tickets within the first few hours of this concert, this tour being advertised. What sort of people come to see you now?
Every now and then in a tour, you'll see in amongst the crowd that rush, and how my lot rush to the front, I've no idea. But they do, they rush to the front, and you'll see people, maybe 25 or 30, you can see that they're a younger element, and how they would even know about us, I don't know, because, you know, radio is not too rock and roll friendly anymore in terms of whoever presents rock and roll. There seems to be a kind of ageism thing, and we're not considered hip or in, and so I don't know how those young folks could ever possibly want to even come.
They won't get there this time, Cliff, because the Shadows fans will be in the front.
Now, you've had a #1 hit in the last 5 decades. Can you make it 6 decades, do you think?
It would be nice. Fantastic. It really would be good, but of course, again, they've moved the goalposts. I still feel that I had my #1 of the 2000s, because when I released 21st Century Christmas last year, it was the top-selling CD in the country. I sold more CDs than the 75 CDs below me, but I got pipped to the post, the goalpost, by 7,000 downloads, and I don't get any downloads. So in a way,
you have to buy your fans computers, Cliff.
Yeah, I will.
Good for them. You can get
Cliff Richard and the Shadows celebrate their life's work with the brilliant Reunited. Their first album together in more than 30 years. Reunited, featuring the fantastic new single, Singing the Blues. Plus new recordings of their finest hits. Cliff and the Shadows Reunited, a very special album.